GAA, be there all the way.
We've had a decent league campaign. Obviously getting to the final is a reflection of a good campaign. The result in the final was disappointing, but I think all in all we've had some really encouraging performances. Started poorly against Kilkenny, but came back with a really good performance against Clare and Dublin. Eked out a great result against Dublin we probably shouldn't have had. And while the final was disappointing, I think all in all we've had a reasonable league campaign and we can go into the championship now with a bit of confidence. I know Derek well myself personally from playing with him in UCC, so I know what he was like as a personality and as a hurler. He was teak tough, he was excellent, and you can see the players are playing for him. They're playing for himself, and Dan and Finton, they're very united and they have a good game plan, but they also have quality players. Individually they're very, very strong. They've got class acts in the likes of Austin Gleeson and the Brick Walsh and Kevin Moran, so they have a nice blend of youth and experience, and they'll be a huge challenge for Cork. We're expecting a real high octane 100% performance. They're a bit like ourselves, I suppose. When they play with that intensity, they're a good side. We're the same, but when the levels drop and you don't get the tackles in, you could be quite an ordinary side. They're no different to ourselves. They've got great youth though. They've got great young players that don't seem to fear the opposition, and traditionally Waterford don't really fear Cork, so it's going to be a huge challenge for Cork. If we're not at that level of intensity, if we're not clinical enough in front of goal, we ain't going to get a victory. So we just have to be up there and match their intensity, and we're expecting a real high octane performance from them. We've got a real mobile team, quite light in some areas, but nice and flashy, and we can get great scores. So I think if we play to those strengths, get the ball in quickly, get the right ball into our forwards, and when it goes in there we work really, really hard to stop it coming out. It's been a long time since we've kind of put back-to-backs together. Before last year's Munster final, it was 8 years. It's been 10 years since we won an All-Ireland. It was 17 years since we won a league title going into the last day, and it's going to be another year now. So Cork needs to get back up to that level of winning competitions and winning them regularly. So it would be huge for the county, and then maybe push on and go a step further and try to get to an All-Ireland. But for now, it's all about the Munster Championship and trying to win it. You want to be successful when you do prove yourself at inter-county level. You want to win competitions and you want to win medals. And I suppose for a panel that we feel is very talented, they probably haven't won enough. So you'd imagine that they'd like to finish off their career with a good medal haul, and I think that's huge motivation for these guys.
GAA, be there all the way.